welcome to my channel. Well, as you can see, I got a couple more of the Bolster Lock series. Now, I got my order from Smoky Mountain that came in, and they got some stickers. This one I'm going to throw into the giveaway for this month. I got that knife in too, but we're just going to talk about these guys first. This one is also going to be thrown in there. And of course the one you normally see. This is the huge regular one. So yeah, you get those 3 stickers thrown in. We'll get to that later. All right, now remember, this was the Trapper Bolster Lock. Half stop, locks in place solidly. See how far that goes over and everything. I have no problem with mine. It really falls in well into the half stop. Alright. Now this one, which I thought was a pretty novel idea. It's like a medium toothpick size knife, but with a bolster lock. Alright. Fairly easy pull on this one, which is good. You don't need a huge one. It's good to have a strong back spring no matter what, but when you've got a lock, that's a pretty weak lock up on this one. But it does lock up. Disengaging it, you really got to put your fingernail in there, but it works. It has a half stop. Centered. Uh-oh. My hands are dirty. Hand model violation. But yeah, I like it. I like the saw cut stripe on it and everything. And it doesn't have a real snappy action, you know, coming into that half stop. But, you know, it's like you really don't even need a half stop on anything that's got a lock, in my opinion. If it's got a back lock over here, or it's got something else, to me it doesn't really need a half stop, because when you disengage it, you know, and it's going to take a little work, and yeah, it's starting to get a little more snappy. It's just kind of like, Alright, now that guy is about the size of a medium toothpick. Here's here's an earthquake to compare it with. This is a GEC number 12, I think. No fair comparing with a GEC. I heard that. Of course, the GEC doesn't have a half stop. And it's got this upswept right here where your hand just fits. Let's check that with this guy. Probably a different design. There's still that spot that you can sit your hand in. Compare blade to blade. No, the GEC is... I really should be comparing this to a regular medium-sized Ryder toothpick, but still. Yeah, you can see the Ryder is the thinner blade, has more of a downward swoop to it, and cost about $200 less. Well, no. Nowadays, getting this would probably cost... When I bought this one, I think it was like $130 or $140, and I got it at the dealer. I didn't have to special order it or handshake or anything. It was in stock, and I bought it. All right, but yeah, this, like I said, this lock up here I mean, it's locked up. It ain't going anywhere. But once it's been oiled and everything, this is one case where I wouldn't mind it going further over. Let's see if we can push it over. You can push it over a little bit. There's probably some gunk down there. Oh yeah, it came over solidly on that. Did you see that? Did you hear it? Did you see that? Did you hear that? I still gotta push it. Yeah, even just a little bit of that edge catching it. Now it has the R on it, but it's done well. It's not mashed. I think this one was done well too. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it gets all, they're putting it right where the pivot pin is, and it fills in part of the R. Yeah, whoever thought of that? I think I was watching somebody, I think it was Tobias or somebody was saying it was Andy's idea. But yeah, I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea, and I'm glad it's going away. All right, now we've got, well, let's look at the back spring over here. I think, yeah, fairly well done. It's all smooth. 3 rings. Those of you that like rings, ring me up 3 times. See that saw cut portion to it? And then they got the 25th. I don't know why. 1994. Oh well, go ahead, throw that shield on there. Yeah, I think this is just 440A on this. Here's the model number. Let's do a little zoomage. Oh, that's real hard to see. 1961, did I see that? Yeah. And it just says 440. Technically, it can be 440A, B, or C, and still be 440. But yeah, it's done fairly well. Centered, about as centered as you're gonna get. So yeah, let's go back to normal view. All right, we'll go to the half hawk. Again, this is pretty cool with this big tail end here. What do we got there? What's going on there? I think that's just a discoloration. Let's do some zoomage. That's more than discoloration. A little chunk there. This is backliner. Whatever they're using as this backliner. You got a little. Somebody got a little carried away with the peening. It missed a little chunk right there. But other than that, nothing sticking out, nothing sharp, really smooth through here. Again, we got the 25th anniversary. Little nail neck. I'll just grab them over here. I don't know why they put a nail neck on there. For those of you that want one, it's got a half stop. Kind of a gritty pull right here. I can tell a lot of this is going to clean out. 4, maybe a 4. Gets harder over here. Ooh. Now see, that guy jumped over. See that gunk? You're just gonna have to get all that out. I just got this, this morning. I haven't played around with them a lot. I'm just showing you. 1959. Ooh, I wonder if they got my birthday number in here. I wonder what that one is. I'll have to look that up. I was born before 59. But that just made me wonder, get the knife in your model number in your year of a Rough Ryder. Fairly clean down there. There's a little hump. A little humpster. Let's check for, I don't see anything. Earthquake. Yeah, especially when you're magnified up like that. Get down to normal. Alright, it's going to be a two-handed closing because you push that out of the way, but then you still got to get the blade to start going. And you move everything out of the way. All vital. Anything that could bleed. It's a little gritty. It's got more of a snap to it. But yeah, all this has got to be when you get it cleaned up. Look at that. You can barely, you can't tell this is really a locking knife. You know, it doesn't have that big hump like they do on the other ones. Let me show you the big hump. I'm gonna have to insert one of those. Meanwhile, 3 hours later, the hump is like this big thing. Usually says press. A lot of times they'll say press over here. Now this kind of works in, you know, it doesn't really get in your way that much when you're doing this, but it's obvious, you know, it's a big locking mechanism, much like a liner lock. But see, when it sits there, it also protects the tang from getting snagged. It almost acts like a copper lock. Not a copper lock, a copper head, like that, you know, for putting it in your pocket. It doesn't snag with that sharp tang sticking there when it's got that ramp. So it's functional, but that's the way the old school ones would do it. Now, it's still being done. See how they do it differently? This side, you've got like a copper head, and this side you've got a regular kind of rectangular bolster. Let's see if they did it on that one. Yeah, they sure did. It sticks up now, but it's not as obvious. You have to really be looking for it. See that? So that's pretty cool. This is like what I say, that's innovative and different, you know, about Rough Riders, when they're not afraid to take the traditional design and not go too crazy with it. Yeah, I like it when they do like an incremental thing, you know. You could do, for people that like it, you know, you could do another version that has pocket clip right here too. Throw a pocket clip in while you're at it. You know, if you're going to go innovative, but maybe because it's so short, I don't know. I'm just saying, they do that. They will. They throw in traditional knives with, I think they call them the working man series or something. But yeah, they'll take it. But yeah, I like that. All right, let's look at this guy's blade shape again. We got a nice kind of like sheep's foot, half hawk effect going on. That's almost like a ram's foot. See how it's thicker? But we'll call it a sheep's foot. 2.5 inch cutting edge. And 2 7/8 all the way up there to the bolster. Yeah, it just needs a little oil, a little cleaning up, but I like them. I think that's pretty cool. This guy, same thing. He's gonna need a little. If it didn't have a locking mechanism, I'd say this one had a weak back spring. I mean, you know, it'd still be okay, but I'd be really, you know, worried about and everything. But with this lockup right here, like I said, once I clean that out, it'll probably go over further. It doesn't have to go all the way over. Let's see if it can zoom it. I mean, there's nowhere for this to put. It's secure enough that this can't jump past, you know, jump past that. Even you have to get this all the way out of the way, even just a little bit like that. It'll keep it from closing, but I'd like it to be a little bit more engaged and a little more snappy. But it's cool. It's the right size, you know. It's a medium, because that's what I liked about this GEC. It's a medium toothpick size. I'm starting to get to where I'm liking the larger toothpick size a little bit more. Come over here. Where are you? Example. Dun, 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 dun. That's a large toothpick. So it's not super large. It's not that much larger. It's just larger. And there are advantages to a larger toothpick. Most of the time you're going to do most of your cutting with this size or less. But when you do run into situations where you want a longer knife, it comes in handy. Now, like opening boxes, you can have a really short, you know, like box cutter type thing where you've got a fixed area and you're just going, and that gets the job done. Or you can have a longer blade, and you don't have to be as precise. You don't have to be right down up on a box, man. It could be like a foot away. And you open up your box. I don't know. Like a steak or, you know, any large surface that you'd be cutting, you know, because you've got a longer blade, there's less wear going on one particular area. You know, like a smaller blade, it's only got like an inch or an inch and a half, you know. So all your wear and tear is going to be on that right there. But when you got 4 or 5 inches, you can do your cutting along the length. I don't know. Just a theory I have. Nothing but theories. Alright, so let's look at this guy's blade length here. And this will pretty much end up my evaluation of these two. We'll throw in whatever their official weight is. You don't have to go through the whole thing of waiting for the camera to warm up. 2 3/4 cutting edge and about a 3-inch blade. Yeah, these are nice. Nice size. Instead, you're gonna have to give it some force to disengage it on some of these. If you don't clean them when they, you know, come right out of the box. Let's see how this one was, because this was my first one. Sorry, I was pulling out of the camera. Oh, smack! You hear that? Smack! And I didn't have to clean this one. It didn't have any gunk in it or anything. I don't even know if I put any oil in it. This is really easy to disengage, too. The other ones, it's a lot harder. Yeah, solidly goes in its half stop. This one feels good all the way around. Like if you took that locking mechanism off, I'd be cool with it. I wouldn't be worried about it. This one, like I said, it's kind of gritty and fairly weak. And when it goes up, it doesn't do that real smack. But yeah, there's like a little stick, you know, like a lock stick on it that you've got to disengage. You've got to firmly disengage. Good, but like I said, I think this is just going to need a little wear in on this one. I'm looking at this mechanism because, you know, Bolster Lock. I like they got a little lock there. Bolster Lock. Other than that weird little gap. Yeah, this one also is kind of mushy, but it jumps over. You see that? It jumps over. If I clean that gunk out, which is just polish, I think it's just rouge or whatever from polishing compound. Firmly in there. Enough surface area, you know, that you don't have to... Man, that's stiff coming back. This thing's not going to, like, accidentally fold on you. If it does, you were doing something pretty stupid. You would have had to intentionally get this thing to fold on you, because, man, that was pretty stiff. Alright, so there you go. That's my little initial evaluation of these guys. I'm going to, you know, be using them and everything. And if they get another bolster lock, I'll get it too, probably. I'll get this series, you know, while it goes on. I think it's pretty cool. It, like I said, it has some advantages that the other ones don't. Oh, you want to see the rotisserie? Somebody said, I heard somebody in the audience say they wanted to see the rotisserie go on. Yeah, too fast. Uh-oh, look, it's sliding. There's fingerprints. I didn't clear it off for display purposes. Here, we'll lay you on your side. And we gotta show your shields. Show your shields. Show your shields. There you go. They're all the little diamond shields. Seems to be the 25th anniversary thing going on there. But yeah, it's not badly done. No, it's like a bear head over here on this half hog. These guys got end caps. One ringer. We got a one ringer here. Rectal thermometer. They're all RTs or Robert Townsend. There. Don't you know how to be in formation properly? Get in formation. Line up. Alright, yeah. I find these pretty interesting and different. So, and they're not badly done. Like I said, if they come out with this in blue with black liners like they do with the other ones, that'd be another cool combination. But I wouldn't buy them separately just to have the blue version. You know, they'd have to do something else besides that. I don't know. Come out with different. I like what they've come out with so far. The half hawk, the medium trapper. I mean the medium toothpick, and the trapper, single bladed trapper. Get over there. Now you're out of formation. Back in there. All right, you can see the clowns in the background through the mirror up there. They're all laughing and stuff. So yeah, there you go. There's some bolster locks for you.